Hi, welcome. This is our installation for a dash cam in the front sensing camera portion of your car. So we're going to just make sure we have all of our components. We have the dash cam, a micro SD to go in it and record everything. This right here is a prying tool. You don't necessarily need it, but it'll help when you're actually up here trying to remove this panel. We have a couple of accessories to make sure that we can attach the camera to the windshield and hide all the cabling through this right here. So these are going to attach to the dash cam itself. We have the power adapter harness. This will come into effect once we remove the panel. And lastly, these are also optional, but having some ties to make sure your cabling is a little bit more neat and tidy might be helpful. So once you've made sure you have all your supplies, we can take the prying tool. I recommend that you lower your rear view mirror so you have a little bit more retail space. This middle component right here, this panel, needs to be taken off first. You don't need to apply a lot of force, but it should come right off. Then the other part is this entire panel. Different makes and models have different ways of being locked in, but it should just have small little clips on the sides. You can move it around a little bit, see what gives, but don't be too harsh or these clips can break off. Here behind we see a lot of different components, but what's important is the cable right here. This is the power pin. You should not yank on it. There should be a little clip, so make sure you press on it and pull gently and have your power pin exposed like this. On the right, there's more cabling in this box, but we don't have to worry about that as long as we have the power pin. So we have a few different harness types here available, but we'll go over them one by one to see which one is most suitable for your vehicle. This one here has a different type for a different vehicle than we have here. What we need is a 10 pin. Here we have 9 pins and an extra slot right there. This one is also different. It has a circular pin in the middle. It's still not what we need. For us, we need a 10 pin. So this one right here is perfect. We're going to take the original cable, put it into the harness, the adapter port, and take this adapter's 10 pin, put it into the vehicle, and now we have the power harness and the cable for the dash cam. We'll put that to the side and we'll move on to placement of your dash cam. So before we place anything onto the windshield itself, let's just take a look at our items here. We have the dash cam. Our version looks like this. We're going to open the cover on the side so that we can insert the memory. For our memory card, we have this micro SD. When trying to insert the card itself, it should go in nice and flush. If it's slightly angled and crooked, then you can just flip it around and make sure that it slides in nice and smooth. You can push that with your nail and it should be nice and flat. That's now good to go. Use the cover to put that back in place. This accessory right here is what will help us attach the dash cam to the windshield. There's an adhesive portion. So right here, we'll just slide this in and it should click into place and give you a full 360 rotation. We'll put this off to the side and figure out the cable management in just a sec. Over here, this accessory will attach to the side, but it comes apart into multiple pieces. So the extender can slide right out, and both of these have 2 pieces. This is what will encase the cable that we have on the side. So if we just move on over, this cable needs to be threaded through. The highest point we'll have right here, and this should all click right into place. We can leave that attached. These two can go a little bit lower, and we have to make sure that the ridges line up with this ridge right here so that it can adjust and extend. of that casing should just clip right in. We can move this down until we have just enough cabling to be able to power our dash cam with the DC in port. From here, we'll take the cover and it slides right into place. It will clip on with the ridges here onto our dash cam holder. That should pop into place. Now we have our full setup with the cable management threaded through. We can find somewhere on our windshield to place this by taking the adhesive off. We can measure out some place where the view for the dash cam won't be obstructed, but it also won't obstruct the viewer's driving. And then this should clip right into place above. Right around here might be a good spot for us. So let's just place the adhesive, hold that for as long as you'd like, longer the better, but even a few seconds should be enough. The adhesive will hold, and then we can take our hand off of that. Your dash cam and its cable management is installed. Let's try to manage these cables a little bit so that we have more space to work with to put the cover back on. I'm going to put these two pieces together, making sure we can tuck them in nice and tight against the windshield and away from the cover. Maybe over here we can add another cable tie and push it out to the side. There's not a whole lot of space to work with behind the mount, so we need to be very economical with where we place everything. But if it's able to lie flush against the windshield, that is ideal. We'll put these off to there and bring the main body cover. We'll go behind the rear view and try and slide this over. You should be able to wiggle it around until it's flat against the windshield as you found it earlier. Once the cover is back on, you shouldn't see any cables sticking out anymore. I recommend going around the outside just to make sure there's no gaps between the cover itself and the windshield, pushing away in the corners to make sure all the cables are tucked away nicely. We'll take the last component, place that back where we found it. It should clip right into place. And now this whole installation should be good to go. I'll turn on the car really quick just to make sure that the dash cam is working. So if we take a look, the lights are all on, power is running through from the cabling that we did earlier. As long as the camera is pointed in the right direction, it should be recording just fine.